This weekend, the Bennett Academy girls volleyball team returned to the IHSA state tournament for a second consecutive season, while all our local girls swimming teams competed at the IHSA state meet. Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Naperville Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Joe Kennedy. Today's show will be a bit shorter than usual as fall sports are coming to a close and only a few winter sports are underway. The Red Wing volleyball squad made it back to state for the fourth time in the past 5 seasons. Let's see if they were able to avenge their loss from last year's state championship. We begin with the state semifinal against Willowbrook.
They're back! The Bennett Academy Red Wings are back in the girls volleyball state series for the 9th time in school history. After a second place finish last season, the Wings are hoping to return to the championship, but have to get by Willowbrook. The Warriors make their first ever trip downstate after a dominating super sectional win over Joliet West and holds a 39-1 record. 5-3 Wings in the first set, but that increases because Gabby Stasis sends out her invitation to a block party. Later on, more blocks continue to happen, and it's Ava Novak for Bennett denying access to make it 12-6. Although the Warriors start to show some fight, so they call up Hannah Kenny, who gets a floater to land in her favor. They trail 13-9 and get used to hearing the name Kenny. In the meantime, the Red Wings keep doing their thing up by 4, and you can't miss 6'5" Linny Tarno, who makes her kills look too easy. Warriors get aggressive late in the first set, and what did I tell you? Here's Hannah Kenny with the kill, and she cuts the Willowbrook deficit to 17-13. Set point on the rise with BA leading 24-19, and Tarno concludes the first set with a kill and a 25-19 set 1 win for the Wings. In the second set, things remain the same for Bennett, up by 1, and Audrey S. Leeson hops in on the kill fun to keep the momentum going. Then Anaya Warren serves and gets an ace. It's 16-7 Red Wings, their largest lead of the night. The Warriors will not let those first-time jitters get to them, so Anna Mariner draws up some blocks for herself to get Willowbrook back in it, down 17-13. Let the game of runs and the Kenny show continue. Hannah shows why she has over 230 kills on the season, and this one is no exception. They trail 19-15. They storm back to even it up at 23, and Hannah's sister Marquette commit Callie Kenny gives Willowbrook the lead with the kill. Both Kenny girls have now combined for 535 kills on the season. Set point coming up for Willowbrook, so Bennett tries to keep it alive, and they can't. Warriors end the second set on an 11-4 run to win 26-24. They keep that momentum at the start of the third set with the kill from Mariner that puts Willowbrook up 5-3. Then the Red Wings get back to their regular scheduled dominance, and Sophia Shinetti gets a nice kill to keep her team on the good side of the scoreboard, up 10-7. 15-11 BA, and the Red Wings want some more kills, and so does Stasis, who spikes down 8 in the match. Match point for BA, and the serve for Willowbrook does not get across, and the Red Wings survive in 3 sets to punch their ticket to the championship. Red Wings will take on powerhouse Mother McCauley in the championship match, a rematch of last season's final.
We were here last year too in the same spot. We just talk about it, the job's not done yet. We know that, and we know what tomorrow night's going to bring. We know the feeling of tomorrow night. We know the feeling of before and after it, and we're going to see. We've been preparing for this and thinking about it and talking about it for a year, and this is exactly where we wanted to be.
You just have to be consistent. Height doesn't matter for everything. The Kenny sisters are obviously a good example about that. They're both very athletic and not the tallest player on the court, so I just came out expecting to be a big blocker, and I was there being disciplined for whatever I could get touches on.
Obviously, I was willing to do whatever it took, for the team. So last year, I loved the team. It was super fun, but getting a chance to step out onto the court is super amazing feeling, and I love all these girls, so it's just super fun to play with all of them.
Last year was our first time downstate, and so I mean, losing in the state championship obviously wasn't a great feeling, and I think we all remember that very vividly. And we all were talking about how we wanted to come, into this season, like in every single game with like that feeling, and just like be angry and, show how good we are and actually claim the title this year.
The girls volleyball state championship has become a normal tradition for Bennett Academy and Mother McCauley, as both teams make it a combined 29 appearances in the title match. This happens to be a rematch of last season's championship, where the Mighty Macs came out on top in 3 sets, so Bennett is in redemption mode. Mighty Macs have a 2-point advantage, but Ava Novak for Bennett cuts into it with the kill. Catch-up is on the Wings side in set 1, but they keep it together, and Audrey Asleason gets a kill as well, and they trail 11-7. Time for the Mighty Macs to unleash their stars. It starts with Michigan commit Ellie White, who gets a kill to keep her squad's lead at 4. White is not the only one competing at a big-time school, but so is Ellery Reese, who's committed to Alabama, and this block shows excitement for the Crimson Tide. They lead 17-13. Bennett trails 23-18, but they are not quite out of it. Audrey Asleason tries out a block that doesn't go, but she gets another chance, and this time gets the favor. Set point for Mother McCauley, and Christine Pullen's serve goes over the line, and the Mighty Macs win set 1 25-22. Red Wings quickly regroup in set 2. Here comes the send-back, and Anaya Warren makes a nice dig that sets up a Lenny Tarno kill to make it 5-0 BA. Mighty Macs wake up from the slow start, so once they get the send-back, Sydney Buchanan gets a point, and they are down by 3. Back to the Macs we go, and back to White, who just kills volleyballs for a living. That looks too easy for White, and Mother McCauley is back within 2. However, Novak and the Wings are in a situation to keep their season alive, so the senior gets an important kill to make it 15-10 Bennett. 21-15 Wings, and Ella Sternagel serves up a nice ace after some miscommunication on the McCauley side. Set point coming up this time for Bennett, and Asleason keeps the season alive. 1 set to go in the girls' volleyball season, presented by a 25-18 set 2 win. The Mighty Macs may have lost 3 straight set 2s in the championship, but it fuels them up, and Buchanan, who gets an aggressive kill to jumpstart the set, up 5-1. Tarno is doing everything she can to keep Bennett in it, and this kill cuts the deficit to 14-7. White and the Mighty Macs want some more points, so she gets ready for yet another kill. 18 kills on the night for White, and Mother McCauley opens up the lead to 9. It's not over till it's over for Bennett, because Gabby Stasis gets a crucial block, and that gets BA back within 5. Match point on the rise for Mother McCauley, and Bennett can't return it over, and the Mighty Macs are back-to-back state champions. Mother McCauley takes the win in 3 sets and adds state title number 17 to the trophy case. Bennett Academy ends the season as runner-up with the final record of 39-3.
2 years in a row is incredible, but to win it as a senior your second year, it's nothing like it. I mean, I have no words. It's very bittersweet. I mean, it's sad that I'll never be able to put on this McCauley jersey again, but we won it, and going out on a strong note is just incredible, and I'm speechless, and I have no words for how proud I am for this team.
Bennett is a very great team. They're a very great defensive team, very great blocking team, and we knew that it was going to be a challenge. Even after we won the first set, we knew it was going to be a challenge to win that second set, and it was, and I'm just glad that, after we lost that second set, we just went at it in the third set, and we didn't stay down. We kept going.
We never wanted to, get too frantic or panic. We just stayed calm and knew that we were good enough to come back. And I mean, we never lost hope and whatever. And so I just think I'm really proud of how we came back, and in set 2 especially, and how we just never gave up hope. So I'm so proud of the team. We worked so hard to even get here. And I know like this wasn't the outcome that we wanted, but I'll forever be like so like proud of these girls, and I mean they're my best friends and I just love them all, and I'll be really sad I won't be returning next year, but I know they're gonna do just as well next year and hopefully claim the title next year. So.
Coming up after the break, we'll switch lanes to give you our first winter sports highlights of NSW Season 17.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
The Naperville Central boys bowling team hopes to get back to the IHSA state finals, where they finished in 7th place last season. Let's first head to Lyle Lanes to check in on the Red Hawks. Then we'll go to Parkside Lanes to see how Naperville North opened up dual play against Oswego East. Naperville Central boys bowling competes in their first duel of the season after coming off the school's first ever state appearance last year. The Red Hawks finished 6th in the season opening Baker tournament last weekend and now take on Hinsdale Central, who's trying to rebound after losing their first 2 matches of the season. We start things off in the first game with Nate Taverna, whose strike is laid perfectly in the pocket. He would lead the team with a 6-31 series. Alongside Taverna is Aiden Lee, whose fastball buries the pins out of view as Central gets rolling early on. Lee finished the first game with a team-high 245 en route to a series score of 629. On the next lane over, Thomas Creighton-Poth is having an eventful match. Like his teammate, he sends this shot flying towards the back and knocking the pins in all different directions. A little later, Creighton-Poth gets fancy as he split kicks the 3-10 split spare to give him another mark. Creighton-Poth finishes the second game with a 181 and overall score of 484. A new addition to the Red Hawks varsity roster is Josh Newcomb. This shot by him would hit on target, but would need some help to knock over the 2-pin. Newcomb's first varsity match ends with a series of 393. Also rising to the varsity ranks is Spencer Pierpoint. The lefty two-hander drills this shot home as the Red Hawks hold a strong lead over the Red Devils. Pierpoint finishes the second game with a 208. Being energized is Alex Leakus, who saw Pierpoint strike and wants to get in on the action himself. He gets it to go, and the senior is hyped up as he would finish the third game with a 130. The Red Devils would keep themselves within reach. Ben Dynas's Brooklyn attempt trips down all the pins as Hinsdale Central keeps fighting. Aiden Kwan for the Red Devils is now up, and his shot is perfectly on target for the strike. He would finish the final game with a 136. JP Giantasio also gets things going with a Brooklyn strike similar to Dynas's, but it wouldn't be enough as the Red Hawks start the season with a commanding 433-point win over the Red Devils. It's Central's 20th consecutive dual match victory dating back to January.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of confidence. We still got some work to do, but I think if we all just keep working hard, we'll have a lot of confidence, and I think this should be a really good season.
Honestly, it keeps morale high. I mean, we have a great team here, great bond. That's really all that matters. That's all you need coming in with this kind of team. Everyone's like friends here. We're like family. One team, one family, as Dunn likes to say. And honestly, it works well. We bowl well. That's all that matters.
The boys' bowling season is underway. Naperville North travels to Parkside Lane to face off against Oswego East in the first dual meet of the season. We start the action with Oswego East's Aiden Dejan, who knocks down his third strike in a row, picking up a turkey in the first game. Up for Naperville North is Ian Rogers, who puts the spin on the ball, knocking down a strike. Rogers finishes game 1 with a score of 133. Next up for Oswego East is Luke Austins, who picks up a strike of his own. Austin's finishes the first game with a top score of 203. Into the second game now with Shane Nano already on a turkey as he picks up his 4th strike in a row and a Game 2 score of 216. We visit Ian Rogers again for the Huskies, who picks up another strike, celebrating by showing off his dance moves. Stepping into the lane next for the Huskies is Andy Sullivan as he joins in on the strike action. He finishes his night with a score of 439. Moving down a lane to start the third game, we have Husky Johnny Hodges, who knocks down 10 for a strike, setting him up for his best game of the night. For the first time tonight, we visit Max Alexandrov, who sets himself up for a strike and a turkey. We're gonna stick with Alexandrov, but a couple of frames later, as he gets some help from another pin just barely picking up the strike, giving him his 7th in a row. He finishes the night with a match high of 631. Finishing the night with Oswego East's top bowler and Shane Nano, who picks up a strike, helping Oswego East to a comfortable victory over Naperville North.
I was really nervous, and I was making just little adjustments along the way with how the ball was reacting. And overall, I felt pretty strong, but towards the end, I got a little shaky, and I feel like that's what threw me off. We actually have a pretty strong team, as what I see. We're having a bunch of returning players and also a bunch of new ones that have a ton of potential, which I'm super excited about to be working with them this year and next year.
When we return, we'll close the book for our fall sports coverage as the IHSA Swimming and Diving State Meets was held on Saturday.
Local news is your lifeline. Let the Daily Herald help you navigate your world with solid reporting, good advice, and a much-needed diversion or two.
Hey everybody, Stephen Holt here from NBC5. What is a better way to start the morning than a fresh, hot cup of coffee? Well, NCTV 17's The Morning Show. We've got sizzling interviews, heated competition with Game On. Also, we have a live band and breakfast is included. It's the hottest ticket in town. I'll see you there.
It's the 2023 IHSA Girls Swimming and Diving State Meets as the fans are out at FMC Nauditorium in Westmont. Local schools such as Neuqua Valley, Waubonsie Valley, Naperville North, and Bennett Academy look to wrap up the season on a high note. The 200-yard medley relay starts things off as we begin with the first heat. The Red Wings team of Lucy Rooney, Imogen Duffy, Paige Melanowski, and Claire Donnelly take 8th place as Edwardsville grabs first. In the championship heat, the Neuqua Valley team of Natalie Sierzanowski, Rui Cheaton, Emily Wu, and Sophia LeBaire also takes 8th. New Trier takes first with a time of 1 minute and 42.04 seconds, and Rosary comes in second. On to the athletes with disabilities races as we start in the 200-yard free, where Naperville North sophomore Reese Navarro competes in her second state meet after winning the 200-yard free and 100-yard breaststroke last season. She finishes in second place this year in the 200-yard free, just behind Savannah Zerbel. Navarro would go on to get third place in this 50-yard freestyle race and another third place finish in the 100-yard free. Thanks to 3 podium finishes from Navarro, Naperville North was able to secure a team third place in the combined athletes with disabilities and able-bodied swimmers division. Neuqua Valley's Emily Wu and Duffy from Bennett compete in the 200-yard individual medley as they battle it out. In the end, Duffy claims the first place spot in the first heat and the 7th fastest time across both heats. In the all-intense 50-yard freestyle, the fastest of all races, Frem's Katie Kuhn, whose long reach touches the wall just before Tessalina Stavropoulos for a first-place finish in the championship heat. Katie Malm is up first on the diving board as she attempts a reverse 1 1/2 somersault tuck. Malm finishes in 4th place. Kara Jin is up, and her triple somersault on this dive helps her get 16th place at state. Packed with local teams, Naperville North, Bennett, and Waubonsie Valley compete in the first heat in the 200-yard freestyle relay. The Huskies in lane 5 with Tasha Mantle, Lauren Malko, Abby Pobosny, and Chloe Chen pull away from St. Ignatius in a tight finish. Neuqua Valley in the second heat finishes in 7th as the Rosary Beads, who beat the IHSA record with a time of 1 minute and 32.45 seconds, come in first. Competing in their third event of the afternoon, Donnelly and Duffy are in the first heat of the 100-yard breaststroke, where they finish in 7th and 8th. Ella Jean Kelly for Lyons Township takes first place. Nearing the end of the state events, it's the second heat of the 100-yard breaststroke. Rosary's Elizabeth Naraki takes first place, as Cheaton for Neuqua and Mantle for Naperville North take 7th and 8th respectively. The final event of the afternoon, the longest of them all, is the 400-yard freestyle relay, and we got the first heat here. Neuqua Valley gives it their all with Crystal Yu, Emily Wu, Sophia LeBaire, and Rui Cheaton as the Wildcats take second place. In Wabanzi Valley with Kaylin Ball, Malini Mattyman, Ruby Meyer, and Anna Honchuruk claim 6th. In the end, it's Rosary who claims their 8th IHSA Girls Swimming State Championship as they outlast the 2022 champs New Trier. Neuqua Valley takes 12th overall. We're at the IHSA Volleyball State Championship for our Girls Play of the Week, where Bennett Academy takes on Mother McCauley. Early in the second set, Bennett serves it over and the Mighty Macs quickly go to the attack, but Red Wing libero Anaya Warren is ready to make a defensive play. The sprawling dig is perfect as the ball falls right into the hands of Ellie Sternagel, who sets up Linny Tarnow for the kill. A great play by Warren and her teammates, and let's take another quick look at the effort. After the break, we'll learn more about how Naperville Central is helping spring collegiate athletes get ready for the next level.
Look, Mom, I found one.
Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
The early National Signing Day ceremonies were held for senior athletes across the country this week. In recent years, Naperville Central has put together a program to explain the NCAA eligibility process for underclass athletes interested in playing in college. Patrick Cotto has more in our latest feature story presented by Edward Elmhurst Health.
National Signing Day is always an exciting time for high school athletes eager to continue their athletic careers by putting pen to paper in front of family, teammates, and friends while sealing their commitment to their school of choice. Although these type of life-changing decisions are not made overnight. To help their students understand who inspired to reach the next level of competition, schools like Naperville Central host a yearly NCAA eligibility night to give students a better understanding on how the college eligibility process works if they want to continue playing the sports they love at the next level.
One of the things that we try to do every year is just reflect on practices and look at, are there things that our community maybe needs or wants from us that don't currently exist. It's just a need driven, regardless of the sport that you play. In a lot of ways, the process is similar for everyone, regardless of the sport that they intend to pursue or the level that they intend to pursue with, and that's just to connect with the eligibility center. So I like the kind of equalizer nature of what we've developed as a program.
With the presentation, each student from the different sports got to learn all the steps to become eligible for the NCAA. It's not just about being good at the sport you compete in, it's also about filling out recruiting questionnaires, making your own profile page with the NCAA, maintaining a strong GPA, and taking the right classes. More includes talking with your coach about what you want to do after high school, the differences between Division 1, 2, and 3, and getting college visits set depending on the sport and university you are interested in pursuing. The details are often overlooked when kids think about taking part in collegiate athletics.
We ask them to evaluate schools based on 3 different elements of fit. It's an academic fit, it's a financial fit, and then there's very much a feel fit to the campus experience, right? We're introducing them that 4th element of fit, which is the athletic fit. So we're looking at all 3 of those first fit criteria, but then also, is this a place where I would be able to participate at a level that I'm interested in participating at?
With the 3rd annual NCAA eligibility night in the books, the underclassmen athletes feel more confident toward entering the recruiting process and the steps they need to take if they want to keep their athletic career going.
I feel somewhat more comfortable. I feel more informed than I did before, certainly, and more confident knowing things about your GPA, how that counts towards your eligibility, and how the different division levels differ in the recruiting processes.
Since I have plenty of time now, it will help me. It will just be easier for me because if something doesn't work out, then I will have more time to figure something out.
Even if those athletes are still unsure on their plans after high school, there's nothing wrong with getting your name out there and taking the first steps towards the next level if that is the route they choose.
Why not create that profile page with the NCAA? When you go and you create that free account, right, you're not making a commitment to doing anything, but you are starting the process and making yourself more accessible to college programs by starting to engage with them.
By becoming more familiar with what the requirements are, the future generation of athletes will be much more prepared for the journey that leads to the joyful experience of their own signing day. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
This week's Boys Play of the Week comes from Parkside Lane as the Naperville North bowling team opened dual play against Oswego East. In the 3rd game, Husky Max Alexandrov starts with 2 straight spares, but follows that up with an amazing run of strikes. He secures 7 straight strikes en route to the highest overall series score on the day. Just a great run from the Naperville North bowler. Let's continue to watch some of these strikes from Alexandrov as he finished the day with a score of 631. That will close out today's show of Naperville Sports Weekly and our final highlights of the fall season. You can find all our highlights from the season, as well as feature stories and community sports on nctv17.org and our NCTV17 Sports YouTube channel. You can also find us on social media at NCTV17 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Joe Kennedy, and I'll see you again next week.